lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Angel Santiago. I am joined tonight by Zach Woods here for the Sim Racing Media Network, live from North Wilksboro Speedway for the Roughneck Racing Series. Zach, we're at an iconic track. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good, Angel. I'm really excited to see the trucks take on such a historic racetrack. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for drivers to make some moves around this 0.62 mile racetrack, and there's a lot of movers and shakers when it comes to North Wilkesboro. You got to manage your equipment very well if you want success here.
Yes, without a doubt. It's going to be a question is going to be, can you manage your tires throughout the run? We have 150 laps tonight, so there's going to be plenty of laps to wear out the tires. But also, North Wilkesboro, being the size of it is, 150 laps is going to go by quicker than they think.
Yeah, for us in the booth, maybe. For the drivers, it's a hassle. They really, a truck doesn't exactly drive like your streamlined supercar. It is a boat, and when you put it on a track like this, where it's very demanding on the drivers to rotate through the center of the corner you're going to have some very tired drivers by the end of this one.
Yeah, we are. We're going to have right now, as you see at the bottom of the screen, qualifying going on. We're going to bring up our race info for tonight's race. It's during the day currently in North Wilkesboro, 65 degrees, so nice and cool. Here for tonight's race, 10% humidity, going to keep that pretty low. 2 miles per hour wind won't make too much of a difference here tonight. So we get to focus in on a track temp of about 90 degrees. So still pretty good, pretty warm track temp. And I think, that's really going to show up on the tires here by the end of tonight's race.
Yeah, absolutely, Angel. We're going to see some superheroes come along with with all the grip that we are experiencing. And I think we're going to see some crazy moves by these drivers here in the truck series right now, trying to capitalize on a track that is nothing but grip right now.
Grip is it's gonna be your best friend all night long. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can find out. We're gonna go ahead and bring up our points for tonight. Not that we don't have a little graphic, but Andrew Smith, he is your current points leader, and we're gonna go ahead and bring him on in just for a quick interview before we start tonight's race. We're trying to get at least like one or two in before we get this racing going. Zach, a lot of these drivers have not had a chance to had a race broadcasted ever. This is the first time they're in a broadcasted league, and they're all excited just to be interviewed at one point in time.
Yeah, that's really excited to hop on here and get a broadcast with these folks. And I know personally, whenever I race in a league, it is a goal of mine to get a broadcasting moment because you feel good. You want to go back and watch the show and see yourself and send it to all your friends and say, "Hey, look, I made it!" So excited to be fulfilling some dreams here this evening.
Dreams, absolutely. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bring in the current second place driver in the point standings, and that is James Wagner, who, of all the places to be, we're here in his hometown of North Wilkesboro. James, you got us, me and Zach here in the booth?
Copyins.
Well, we're going to bring you in because you're the guy currently second in the standings. You're out here chasing Andrew Smith. You're 13 points behind. He's got 2 wins, but being 13 points behind, pretty close still as you come to your home track. What are our expectations here for tonight, James, and how do you manage the emotions of your home track and trying to take home the victory as well and reel in Andrew for the points lead?
I'm just going to lay back a little bit, try to save my tires, and just try to make it to the front at the end. Just try to save my truck a little bit.
Now, you're talking about the saving tires here. We generally know how important tire saving is, but it's always different when you get into the actual session. What is the session looking like? How are these tires really reacting here on a longer run?
They starting to fall off pretty quick, but it's going to be a long race, so we're going to see what happens.
5 total tire sets for tonight. So we're going to wish you luck, James, and thank you, of course, for being our sponsor. Go ahead and give our sponsor a shout-out for tonight while you're on here.
Yeah, I'd like to thank James Wagner's Welding, Lift Bodies, and all the sponsors that help out with this lead.
Yep, James Wagner's Welding sponsoring the race to make it the 150 for tonight. So, James, good luck tonight, and hey, hopefully we're talking to you with a victory and maybe with a points lead.
Yep, hope so. See you soon.
All right, Zach, we're going to go ahead and see if we can bring in our pole sitter here. Looks like Johnny Hurst is going to be our pole sitter for tonight's. Well, actually, before we bring in our pole sitter, let's go give a rundown of this of the grid tonight.
Yeah, taking a look here at our starting lineup, 7th week here for Roughneck competition here at North Wilkesboro. We have Johnny Hurst capturing the pole with Dalton Steele to his outside, rolling off second. Matthew Barker, ace they call him, rolling off third this evening. James Cooper will start fourth. Jimmy Pyland coming off fifth with a strong qualifying run. Chad Hawkins rolling off sixth tonight. James Wagner starting seventh, with Jerome Cooper starting alongside him to round out row 4. Row 5 will feature Chris Ramsey, his starting 9th, and starting 10th will be Matthew Gall in the 78 truck.
In the 7th row, 8th row belongs to Dennis Dameron and Tim Richardson. Andrew Safety Bob Freeling in 17th and Wesley Schreiner in 18th. Hope I didn't butcher that one. I think we are lined up side by side. The pace lights off. Pace lights are off. We're going to have to go green. We're not going to be able to get through the rest of everybody here. These guys are eager to get ready to get going racing here tonight.
Yeah, it's a short track. We're going to have short yellow flags around this place. So I'm going to be really excited to be up here in the booth with you, Angel, and start this one off.
Yeah, Zach, it's a pleasure. We're going to have the Iracing.com pace car come down pit lane, and they are green flag racing. Johnny Hurst with a big jump there on the inside in the 58 truck, but the 59 truck right on his outside trying to get a good run. He's going to use a crossover, it looks like, thinking, nope, he's going to go ahead and back off here. It's early. It's only lap 1.
It's so important for these drivers to sort it all out right now. You can see a little bit of connection issues from the number 29 machine as we are under yellow here. Drivers barely got around to the first lap, and we already have a caution for incident.
Yes, we do. We're going to go ahead and looks like we're going to jump over here with Will Dawson. Let's see what exactly happened here. There's a number 51 Ford truck.
Looks pretty good here going down the backstretch.
Oh, he's just going to too much rear brake in that one.
Yeah, too much rear brake and
good recovery though.
Yeah.
Oh, we're a little bit of a tap right there at the end, but that's all right.
The trucks, they're sturdy, so these drivers are trying to figure it out right now. Angel, it's so important during practice to practice those situations that you're not really comfortable in. Saw him on the high side there going into turn 3. Of course, during practice, everybody wants to set fast lap times, right? You want to be right down on the bottom of the racetrack. Well, you also have to practice those opportunities where, hey, I'm not going to have the preferred line in entry. How's my braking different? How's my turning different? And lap 1, turn 3 is probably not the place where you want to put that to the test.
No, not at all. But you know what? I know I've made my fair share of mistakes doing the same thing, and I still do it nowadays.
Yes.
And yeah, that's all it is. You know, you want to be so aggressive on the outside that you're trying to brake so much deeper into the corner than that truck on the inside. And when you got too much rear brake dialed into it, it's just enough to get that truck spun around sideways, as we saw there for the 51 of Will Dawson. Luckily, it shouldn't. He didn't even come down pit lane. That's how good he feels about his damage right there. So that's gonna help him. Doesn't have to use one of his 2 fast repairs that he'll have available to him. Not gonna be a ton of use of fast repairs tonight, I think, just because of the trucks and this being a short track. But hey, you never know what all might happen. These drivers also talking about tires being an issue here after so many laps, and they're gonna get 5 total tire sets for tonight. So it's really gonna average about 30 laps a set. That's quite a bit here for North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, pretty generous, very kind admins. So definitely counting their blessings here. Looks like we're going to go back to green. Yes, the lights are out on the pace car. We'll make that hard turn down pit road. It's Hurst and Steele going to lead them off. A Chevrolet and a Toyota leading the field, and we're back underway here at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, he gets a nice dive in. They're almost 3 wide here for third. They're going to go ahead. The 29 is going to back out. That's Jimmy Rowley. They're side by side for quite a few rows deep here. The 13 trying to get himself. The 78 drives in a little too hard, gets into the back of the 84. What a save by the 84. And everybody around with some great reaction. They're still trying to figure this out. Caution's out, though. Oh, no!
The 84 hard into the outside wall, catching the 78 machine. That's Matthew Gall there. So a couple incidences that happened to trigger this event. Take a look and see what happened.
Looks like this is George Bolus. Oh, no, we're not. George Bolus is not sent us that way. Here goes. For the 8 truck here, he's on the 3rd lane up. That's already a bit of an issue. These guys are probably trying to react to what's happening in front of them. Let's see here. Oh, it's going to be too much rear brake, and wow, 55 had nowhere to go. That's probably his teammate looking with the way those trucks are looking.
Yeah, same thing though, right? Just trying to go up from that 3rd lane and put a lot of wheel into it, get down right on the bottom line. That's probably not the move here at North Wilkesboro. You got to be able to be patient and roll the car through that 2nd lane if you're going to be hung up there on the outside.
I got a couple of fans here in our YouTube chat rooting on the 17 of Jason Bogart. Let me go ahead and let's go jump over to that 17 of William Jason Bogart and that Busch Light Chevrolet Silverado right there. I'm looking at number 17. Let's see who else we've got getting shout outs here. Jimmy, we got a couple of Jimmys in here, so let's or no, maybe only one Jimmy tonight. we typically have more than one Jimmy, but it looks like it'll be just Jimmy Rowdy getting rooted on here. He's in the 5th place there in that number 29 truck, having a little bit of connection issues, which it can be even more difficult when you're on a small track with a lot of trucks.
Yeah, it's very stressful, right? You as the driver, you don't want to mess anybody up, but you kind of can't get away from anybody. And then if you're one of these guys that are racing around them, there's nowhere to hide. So good job so far for not being the reason of incident.
Man, Zach, so here we are. We're probably going to have probably lap maybe 13 when we go green flag racing. Let's say we get ourselves a nice 10-lap run here. Are you thinking about taking your tires yet, or we're still working on holding off here?
I don't really think so. These drivers really have only had probably about 3 laps or so of green flag racing. We've been putting around here under yellow for so long. There's not a lot of wear on these drivers' tires. If you're further on back in the field, sure. I mean, there's lots of sets to go around. But if you're up front, I think track position is going to be so important in order to maximize your day. So if I'm any of the drivers really even close to the top 10, I'm not going in until I absolutely have to.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I would say that if I'm anywhere, considering this, we have 22 drivers, so yeah, anybody in the top 10, 12, even 14 drivers, I would still even consider not coming in back at 14th, because you're right, the track position is going to be so difficult here to gain and just to be out of any messes that you don't want to be in.
Well, the front row still remains the same. We have Hurst and Steele up front, the Bowtie Chevrolet and the Toyota. Looks like the pace car is going to dive down, and take a look back there in row 2. Let's see if we can't get any more action up towards the front. We're back underway here, getting lap 13th.
59 got a much better restart that time around. I think we're going to see at one point somebody use that crossover from that second position on the outside, because it has the potential to work there, I think.
Yeah, right now these drivers just need to find a rhythm. It's so important at these short tracks in order to do that. And we have the 71, I think. It might be a white car. 14 maybe. Further on back, he took a nosedive to the inside wall, was able to save it. I think it might have been the 14 machine. I can't believe it wasn't a caution.
14's in 7th, so I think it should maybe not be him. We got a 70 white truck that it could have been. Oh, the 11 might have been.
11.
Was it a Ford? We're looking like a red and white, or a blue and white?
It was white. It was blue and white, so it might be that 11 machine right there.
Yeah, that could have been
kind of towards the back of the screen.
Yep, our safety bob right there. Maybe getting a little loose, man. These things are so easy to do. But you know what I'm loving seeing is, look at the diamond effect that we're seeing on some of these drivers are doing. Kind of going, almost treating this a little bit like New Hampshire, where they can go in almost at any position, like almost any of the lanes, but they're still finding a way to try to diamond it a little bit.
Yeah, you have to be creative here, especially in the trucks. If you got a driver in front of you, right, that's committed on staying right on that low line, you have to get creative with your entry pointer. You're just never going to have the opportunity to get by him. That's unless if you bump him. I mean, there's always that option.
What I'm liking right now is this 59. I know their teammates probably, but it looks like he's getting ready to bump to 58. He is ready for the lead. He is on Johnny Hurst right now. It is a nice battle for the lead between first and second, and they've got about a 1.5 second gap to third, and they're side by side for third behind them as well.
I think this battle hasn't stopped since the restart. We see both of these drivers really going at it right now. This is Cooper and Baker, and then back up front, just like you said, Angel. Now they're battling.
Yeah, now we pull away. They said, all right, fine, we'll give them the battle they're looking for. The 59, he's going to lead that lap as well.
Look at him digging here, trying to make this low line work. But if you're on that high side, you can really pitch them down there, hurt them on exit as they continue to race side by side.
Well, I mean, but look at the room. This is the respect that you love to see right now. They're racing hard, but giving plenty of room to each other. And the 59 is going to complete it. Yeah, he's going to be able to have enough drive in the middle of the turn to be able to complete this. But look at this. That's a nice little run still for the 58. Someone's going to get that figured out here by the end of this one.
So mark it down here, lap 21. We have a pass for the lead. Dalton Steele is going to be able to make his way to the front in that Monster Energy 59 machine. But now a whole new problem has come into play, Angel. We're catching lap traffic.
Oh, man, you didn't even give me a chance to jump to the cockpit just yet. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump on board here for the 59 and show you just how close that lap traffic is. And guys, this is North Wilkesboro. This is a small track. Oh, he gets maybe a little closer to I think Wesley was trying to slow up for him and didn't realize, oh, here comes a 58 all of a sudden. We didn't see it. The 58, we got a battle for the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like Johnny Hurst used the lap car as a pick in order to get back in front to get the lead. Great move there, kind of forced Dalton Steele into a bad situation going into turn 1.
Man, I love that type of racing right there. And, lap car did nothing wrong. Just stayed out of his way. But we do have a caution.
Yeah, and this happened on the back stretch. You see a couple more cars here in turns 4. They're all spinning out.
That's the 51 of Will Dawson. He was involved in that first incident. So let's see what exactly happened with him. There we go. All right, he's on the outside of the 17. All right, we're going in a 1 here. You said it happened on the back stretch.
Yep, there was a car in the inside fence, and then more wrecking happening.
Oh, the 55 misjudged the corner, hits the apron, corrects it, but the 51, in trying to avoid a possible wreck, loses it himself, but actually didn't hit anything at all. So heads up for the 51 there.
And I'm not quite sure that was the reason for the yellow. It might have been, but there was another white car, a white truck. Man, I gotta stop doing that. But
yeah, it's so easy to do, anyways.
Hard in the inside fence. Approaching turn 3. It might be here.
Oh, this 26 truck.
This is turn. Yeah, it's turn 1 here.
There it is. Yep, this is what it was.
This
is what it was.
Yep.
Oh man, that looked like it was gonna be softer, and then it's like as soon as he hit the grass, it's ice. It just slid.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been the reason for the caution then.
So that's Jonathan Vanderberg there in the 26 machine.
We'll talk about the perfectly timed caution for Will Dawson, because he went a lap down as soon as it happened. So.
Yeah, it doesn't get much more simple than that, and you're able to get your lap back. And hey, it's a short enough track. You don't have any fears about catching up to the field once you get your lap back. So good on him.
Well, let's see. We are now 27 laps in. We had ourselves probably about a 15 lap run there.
They were listening, Angel.
They were listening, and we had only one taker, really, because the other, or both ones that came in, didn't look like they would have taken 4 tires for their time in their pit stall. So I don't think anybody's taking tires just yet. Everybody's gonna go ahead and save a set. So we go ahead and keep that extra one. We said it averaged to about 30 laps a set, and with all the caution laps to start, yeah, that'd be nice to save the set for later.
Want to take a look at a driver that's now worked his way inside the top 10, William Bogert. Yeah, you're right on it, Angel. There you go. He is up 7. Right, that's 7 positions from where he started. So we were able to talk about him earlier in that 17 truck, but he's continuing to make his way up towards the front.
Yes, he is. Congratulations here. He's from Cambridge, Ohio, and after somebody jumping in the chat letting us know that throttle management on exit is going to be huge on track, and this being a beginner league, nothing wrong with that by any means. That's something that they're going to have to learn how to do. Iracing.com, pace car down, pit lane. 58, Johnny Hurst, another big jump right now. That inside is going to be key for the restart. 59 is not going to be close. It'll be a battle for third, battle for fourth now as the 96 gets through there very well. I don't know who it is. He is struggling off of the corner here right now.
Yeah, 23. That is it. Yeah, that's the 23 machine of James Cooper. He was fighting for third the majority of that last run. But as you can see, we're back under yellow here again at lap 30. North Wilkesboro, man. It's a track that lends itself to cautions, breeding cautions. And we're no strangers to it right now.
Yes, that much is true. Very, very true. We're going to jump back here with Dennis Dameron in the number 7 Ford F-150, the Jack Daniels one here. We're going to see what may have been his involvement. The 13 Chris Ramsey with him there. Oh, there it is. That's netcode right there.
Well, not really, but
yeah.
two drivers going for the same spot.
Exactly. It was netcode assisted, but it would have had ooh, that was unfortunate timing. More than likely that incident's happening regardless.
Yeah, and I think these drivers up front, they're listening to what we have to say up here in the booth. They want to stay out as long as possible, simply because there's so much chaos going to happen in the back third of the field tonight. I think a lot of these drivers are just gonna muscle it out and say, I know there's a lot of tires on pit road, but track position's king right now.
Yeah. Screw the tires. We're gonna go for the track position on that one. Man, let's go. We're gonna let's drop in here with Johnny Hurst. Let's see if we can find him on from Altoona, Alabama. Let's see, Johnny, here he is. Johnny, this is Angel and Zach here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got us?
Yeah, bud. How are you?
Man, we're doing pretty good. You must be doing good yourself, starting on pole, and you led most of all the laps tonight. Man, how's that truck feeling for you tonight?
Feels pretty good. Track ain't too slick. Feels about just right. Got it turning pretty good. So, yeah, should be a good race tonight. We're going to try to do it on one stop, so we'll see how that works.
That's interesting on the one-stop strategies you're mentioning. These tires, what's a green flag limit of tires do you think that you're looking on a set that you really don't want to go more than that?
If you take her on about 60, you'll start feeling a drop off. So
that's pretty interesting. Oh, that's great. Zach, you got anything here for our pole sitter and our leader?
No, you're certainly defending the position pretty well, and I see the lights are off on the pace car, so we're gonna have to let you go up here from the booth.
Bud, appreciate it.
I'm hoping I put him back in the right spot, but you know what? That wouldn't be the first or last time that I screwed that one up.
Yeah, so I wonder if they're dishing out extra bonus points for tires you don't use.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because our leader here at least has it made up in his mind. He ain't going down pit road until at least lap 60 as the pace car is off, and we're about to get lap 36 of this 150 lap event. Great launch again by the inside line, and we're back underway.
Back underway, and they are side by side. Oh my God, they're three
happened?
wide, almost wrecking.
The crossover move, Angel. It happened for the lead, and we were looking further on back in the field. An excellent move here by Johnny Hurst trying to defend it, but it just looks like the bottom line might prevail here.
I know. Oh, he's gonna tag the wall. You know, he's got a good run. The 59
Wow.
has to lift a little bit. Looks like he may have gotten a little tight off the turn.
Look at that 59 trying to rotate through the center as much as you possibly can on that low line. That's the only saving grace because Hurst is going to get such a good launch off the corner. They continue to be side by side, and that has brought in Matthew Baker into the fray.
Yeah, 59 just going to tag the apron a little bit there in turn 1 and 2, and that's going to give the 96 a chance to get right up next to them. They're battling hard for second, which is great for the leader. Oh, the 96, he's going to clear himself. He drives it in too deep. He's going to stick it there, though. I think he should be just fine going into turn 3.
Yes, and it is quick right now, but that is the way you burn through tires here at North Wilkesboro, using that high line and just ripping off the corner. 96 has got a fast truck right now. Is he able to stay in front? We'll have to see. Looking on back here through the field, we have William Bogart, who continues to march his way up through the field.
Yeah, I jumped down because I jumped over to him. You're talking about using different parts of the racetrack. He was almost at the high line that last time around, seeing if he could do it again. But it looks like we got ourselves our next caution here on lap 41.
Yeah, and Angel's going to have to put on his super sleuth hat again to try to find where this incident is, and it looks like it might be Dennis Dameron here in the 7 Jack Daniels machine again.
See, looks like he's loose right there off of turn 4. Oh, he's loose going into the turn.
Too low.
Yeah, and just never. It's just almost impossible to recover from there. Really, good job on not hitting anything though.
Yep, absolutely. And it's so hard, right, when you mess up your corner entry to get the truck to sit, to feel like it's planted in the racetrack. You kind of feel like you're skating all the way throughout the corner. That's a terrible, terrible feeling. As we can see, a couple drivers here are now electing to go down pit road.
The drivers have the tires to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. The abundance of tires really frees up a lot of different strategies for these competitors. But that magic number, we heard it from our leader. He says, I want to be able to come down one time. So it can be done, and I'm curious to see how the different strategies line up.
Well, I mean, it's plain and simple. If you're the guys up front, you want caution to keep coming out. If you're the guys who just came in for tires, you want this to go as long as it possibly can so that you can take the best advantage of it while also really just screwing over the rest of the guys you're racing.
Oh, yeah. Could you imagine? I mean, at a track like North Wilkesboro, under green flag conditions, if you force the front group to go down pit road and you got the fuel, you got the tires to keep on chugging along, we're talking multiple laps that these drivers are going to go down here in these trucks. And if the caution lines up right, they're going to be trapped.
Yeah, they'll be trapped in this race. So the entire outlook of it could change, and yeah, that's just some of the fun. That's just what makes this as fun as it is. I mean, and also, on top of the strategy, you guys have to realize, Zach, we're already a third of the way through the race. This race is not going to have much longer left.
Yeah, even the pace laps are quick. So to be able to, click off this many laps this quickly is pretty impressive.
And that's what makes this league as well. It's just so much fun that we get to enjoy and I think that's a big thing for a lot of these drivers is that they're long enough races where they got to learn to manage the pace, but as well short enough to have some fun. Here it is, green flag racing again. The battle is for second between Dalton Steele and Matthew Ace.
Yes, these drivers are duking it out here. As you can see, 3 wide back here. This is for the 6th position. They all thought better of it, and 2 by 2 they are again.
Yeah, we'll go back to the lead. I just had to see that 3 wide. It's like, oh, we're going to jump to it. They do a great job of giving each other room. It's a 3-way battle for the lead right now between Johnny Hurst, Dalton Steele, and Matthew Ace.
Yes, these drivers are duking it out right now here up front. We've seen the 96 with a little bit of speed throughout this event. Really been battling hard for that 3rd position. Now able to set his sights on the leaders. But don't look now, Angel. Look who's in 4th place. The driver we've been talking about moving up through the field, William Bogart, in the 17 machine, all the way up to 4th.
For a moment, I had to check if he had gotten fresh tires or not, but no. And we were talking about him using that high lane over there, and he's about 3 lanes up, and he's making time enough. I mean, he's all the way up here, but that 86 is right on him. He's still got that good entry and the middle of the corner speed, but the 17 has still got that down the straightaway speed that's really helping him right now. Is the battle for the lead
is cranking up here between Hurst and Steele. These two are now going to duke it out, and I think we just saw a little mature driving there from the 58 machine. You know that 59's quick. Pull over, let him go, live to fight another day. It's all right to be in 2nd because you can get freight trained here very quickly. Very quickly
indeed. We're going to go jump to my favorite view. Of course, we're going to jump on board with Johnny Hurst. Let's see how much those hands are moving. I'm actually going to remove this. I want to see how much his hands are working. Oh, no, we got a caution.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to disrupt your fun, but yeah, we're under yellow here again.
Well, his hands don't have to work too much here. All right, let's see.
No, he seems pretty relaxed right now.
Oh, boy, let's see. It's the 7 of Dennis Dameron, I believe. Okay, let's see what all happened.
A little squirrely on exit there, but no worse for wear. You can see a 70 trying to peek on the inside.
70's got fresh tires as well, and that's what it is. 70's going to have a big run off the turn compared. That's managing being around drivers with older tires as well. I can't say the 7's did anything wrong, and not necessarily that the 70 did absolute wrong, but he'd be at fault if I'd say. More so of just managing, knowing who's got the fresh tires and not.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so important, especially in a beginner league, to kind of refine those skills, right? It's really a lot of fun to find yourself in leagues where different strategies play out, and there's people going, 15 miles an hour faster than you, and you have to just kind of manage your stuff to stay out of the way. And then the flip side of that is you can't run over the people that are in front of you. So
why
for a
not?
beginner, well, then we're under caution, Angel. I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. But
well, I guess.
But yeah, for a beginner league, it is a skill to really refine, and I think it's one of the lesser thought of skills to refine in racecraft.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's my interest in what you just said is how the top 3 plan to put that into effect, because mostly everybody came down pit lane, but the top 3 stay out. So I think that's not enough of a buffer anymore.
No. If you're planning on staying out, you want to stay out as long as possible. However, we did have the interview earlier with Johnny Hurst, and he made it very clear. I want to be out here and do this on one stop. And then he said about 60 laps of green flag racing is when his tires really start to fall off. Well, do some math here. 60 plus 60 ain't gonna get you to 150. So I think these 3 are really truly gambling on making it to that lap 75 mark with this mixture of cautions and green flag runs.
Well, see, what him saying that just told me that they can make it to 60 laps, and after that, it is just hang on so they can make it to halfway to get that fuel. But I mean, what's gonna be far more interesting to me will be to watch where the 96 comes through here, because the 96, of course, is running with them. Him and the 17, they both came down pit lane. They'll be restarting 10th and 11th respectively. Pace car's coming down pit lane though.
Side by side, we have Dalton Steele and now Johnny Hurst to his outside, a familiar pairing all day long, but the 58 can't get to the inside. Look at the great restart by Thomas Sly here in the 86.
86 just sent it right in there. I don't know if he meant to or not, but here comes a 23 James Cooper. He's got 41 lap pressure tires. I'd say probably 25 green flag lap tires, but hey, 25 laps is still going to be enough, because look at this. He's rolling that outside right now. There's nothing they can do to stop him.
The shiniest truck in North Wilkesboro is now moving his way to the front in that 23 all chromed out machine, but he's going to have to table his run for we're having another caution here as we approach the 60th lap of this event.
Oh, this is going to involve our points leader as well, Andrew Smith. That's the number 14 Smokies Ford F-150. Now he's running here in the back, resolve having pits. So this is where we talk about being stuck in the pack and how you can get involved in things. He's not got the fastest truck tonight. He's had most races, and the 13 just going to come up into him, and that's going to take him out. The 17 was fast. 78 gets some damage. He should be fine. 29, he should be all right in the 26, but that's heavy contact for the 14 and 13. They'll probably need a fast repair.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're around that 60 lap mark. I think if you're taking your first fast repair of the evening, you feel pretty comfortable with that. You have a few to burn, so I would say no harm, no foul. But Angel, we've seen tonight how important track position is. That's such a heartbreaking moment, right? You found yourself in a good pit strategy, kind of in the front of that group, front-ish part of that group. You're racing around the 17 and 96 machines. They're really quick. And then that happens, and you lose all that track position. Now you're back in the back.
Well, and now this is where it gets interesting for your top three. Here we are, lap 60. So, the halfway point is lap 75. So we're 15 laps away from that. So if they don't pit here, if they pit in fifth, we have a caution again in 10 laps. They're probably going to pit. Does that entice? That'll probably entice everybody else to come out. So this could still work out for the top three, actually.
Yeah, and but the other side of the coin is, right, everybody could just start behaving, right? And the back half of this event could look nothing like the first half, and it's all green flag, and your fuel strategy is so much different now. So it's not as cut and dry as maybe some of these drivers would hope it would be, but certainly an opportunity to make it a one-stop race is presenting itself to first, second, and fourth right now.
Yeah, I agree. I can say that would make sense. You see the pace lights are going off here on that pace car as we're one to go. We'll go green flag racing here on lap 64. So, of course, having completed 63 of your scheduled 150 laps tonight. Alluding to what you said, Zach, about if they start behaving, and that happens a lot of times where, you can have like the first half of the race, a string of cautions, second half of the race goes green, or it's the other way around. Mm-hmm. And how the entire dynamic can change. And sometimes you stick with the mentality of what the race has been going and it ends up screwing you. But that's the fun part about strategy.
Yep, side by side, that familiar pairing once again. And we are back under green, and there's some tire spin from the fourth place position.
86.
Oh, no. It's going to destroy the 23 machine.
Yeah, that right front is broken right there.
Now, this is important for everybody back here in the field. Everybody knows they're quicker than the 23, and he's got to get down. Cooper's got to get down to the inside lane to go down pit road. Not going to do it this lap.
Yeah, we're going to quickly show everybody exactly what happened here on the restart. Let's put us on the backstretch. Come on. And it is the 86. And remember, he is on older tires. That is the 86 of Thomas Sly. Gets into it right here. Wheel spins, collects the 23, and that's what causes his issues.
Absolutely. Back here looking live now, and now you see the 23 able to get on pit road. The 7 machine looks like he's under power of some sort. Oldfield's looking to drive by him. He's got a flat, I think, Angel.
He's got a flat. Yeah, he's if so, yeah, he is he's doing a good job. He's staying out of the way. And everybody's doing a great job of getting around him. So great awareness by everybody right there. We'll have to see from here. Hopefully he's able to get onto pit lane finally, but no real action here. Oh, here we go. We got just in front of Andrew Smith, the 17 of William Bogart, and then the 17 on track, but 82 up across your screen of Ty Trafford. And here's our next caution.
I was just about to say the field will start to spread out and get single file. We might be in for a little bit of a green flag run, but we'll have to see what caused this issue here.
Let's see what exactly happened. There we go. We're here on with the number 2 truck of Tim Hollywood Richardson. He's going to slide up the track. Is he loose?
No.
Oh, the 29's going to slide up into him. It's just going to get him sideways. Oh, nice job on the 7, the 13. Everybody there to get around.
Yeah, that was Jimmy Pilen there trying to get to his inside and maybe a little bit too ambitious with this move. But, Angel, just like you said, if there was a little bit of a green flag stint, we got to lap 70, we would see some of those drivers go down pit road, and that's exactly what's happening.
Well, and like you said, these guys maybe decide not to come down pit lane, and now our leader, Dalton Steele, he is mired back in traffic right now, quite possibly restarting from the 14th position. Much fresher tires, but how much fresher are they going to be with the caution laps we've had? Because we have had a lot of caution laps since a lot of these drivers have pit in front of them.
Absolutely. Back up front, we're going to see some new faces that we haven't talked about really this evening. Chad Hawkins is going to be your new leader here in the 84 truck. Of course, we are trying to cover as many of these drivers as we can because we didn't get through the starting order. Well, lucky for us, Angel, the field just sort of flip-flopped.
Yes, they did. It makes our job just a little bit easier. We're going to try to find Chad, but I don't quite see him on there. But yeah, everybody's gonna go ahead and switch things around, and that's what makes it fun for us to be able to see now these drivers coming through. But remember I said we're gonna watch one driver? That was the number 96, and he is up to third. That is Matthew Ace of Roaring River, North Carolina. So he made it up to third. That's I'd say it worked out for him to pit when he did.
Yeah, they call him Ace. His full name's Matthew Barker, and he's doing a really good job not trying to bark up the wrong tree, but he's doing a really good job of just kind of minding his P's and Q's. There's a lot of action going on around him during those last few cautions, and he kept the truck clean, and now the strategy's going to pay off. He's obviously one of the stronger trucks up here in this group. Very anxious to see how he's going to navigate the first two in front of him in order to get the lead.
Yeah, we were talking about as well, the second place truck, James Wagner, he's on that same pit strategy. Chad Hawkins had pit about 11 laps earlier in that previous caution, so James gonna have to mind his P's and Q's here. Pace car down pit lane. The 84 does not get a good start. The 30 is a great start. He's gonna he's trying to clear the 84. He's gonna get spun sideways. Unfortunately, he cleared himself too early. And that's going to take out your second place driver in the point standings right now as he tried clearing himself at first. The 84, there's no way he was knowing that was happening. Oh, we're not under caution. Hold on.
No, we're not. We're still under green. They're 3 wide back here for 5th place. I can't believe they all sorted itself out. As you see, look at the drivers up here just right up against the wall.
What is this, Zach? This is some fantastic racing. Oh, they're battling for the lead now. The 96 and the 84 still. Wow.
Side by side, Matthew Barker looking to get to the inside of the number 84 machine of Chad Hawkins. Don't look now, but Matthew Gall is now inserted himself into the conversation. Back here in 3rd place, he's going to look at these two. Can he make a move to get to the front? Oh! I can't believe they saved it.
Oh my goodness, these drivers, they are. Is this? I've got this right. It's lap 77, right?
Yes, and we're back under yellow after many saves during that run. Goodness gracious.
Okay, well, we're gonna catch our breath for a moment.
We're not even driving.
I wish I was now. That looked like it was fun. All right. Let's see. George Bolus in the 8 truck. Let's see if he is part of what is involved.
Looks like he's gaining here on that 7 machine. And
not seeing anything in particular.
Oh, too shallow entry right there. You see how sideways.
Oh, hold on. Well, the 51 sideways. Okay, so
yeah. So let's see what happened here with Will Dawson in the 51 machine. Trying to gas it up there in the middle of the corner. Has to get off the throttle.
Good awareness to do so. Oh,
a little too hot.
A little too hot. Try. Oh, the 23. Ooh. Poor the 23 is going to be involved again for James Cooper. Oh, there goes the 8.
That makes a lot more sense.
There you go.
Because the 8 was cruising, just kind of minding his own business, and it's really hard sometimes in these trucks. there are a multitude of blind spots, especially on these shorter flat tracks, where if you're going to go entering into the corner, you're not going to see a truck sideways until you're pretty much right on top of him. So a viewer might look at that and go, well, why didn't he slow down? Well, if you've ever driven one of these before on a flat track,
You're not slowing
you would
down.
know. Yeah, you ain't seeing nothing until you are right on top of them.
And that's why you're seeing a lot of these drivers where the back end is coming around on them, because they're pushing it too hard, because it's not stopping now. It's like, oh, too late now.
Yep.
Well, we're just past halfway mark. Zach, we got to pay the bills here, or I will not have a job. So we're going to give everybody a few moments, and we'll be right back. Oh, we made it back just in time for the green flag. Oh, we almost missed it. Oh, goodness. So, well, perfect timing there. We're green flag racing. Matthew Barker AC is to the lead as they are side by side for second there. That was a 17 of William Bogart, or Jason Bogart. He's found his way back up to the front again.
Yeah, these drivers are duking it out now here for second place as we're back under yellow, and the 14 hard into the inside fence, spinning out from the fourth position. Look at the 17 now sideways as the field is trying to slow down for the pace car.
Uh-oh, that is your points leader. Once again having issues, just not his night here at North Wilkesboro.
And I think, Angel, that was after the caution.
Yeah, I'm looking here. That might not have been the caution. We're already on him, so we'll just go ahead and see exactly what happened. Oh, he's loose. He's loose. No, he got it there. Okay, so it's the next turn.
Yeah, just really shallow entry here, and I think a lot of these drivers they're trying to get a shallow entry. I think
that either was neck code or just him reacting to not hitting him.
I think so.
A good reaction. Good reaction for everybody else. Unfortunate for him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if there was any other incidents. The 51 is here on the inside of the 7. I don't know how they don't make contact there. 7's on the 3 wide. Oh, James Wagner behind him, just trying to be patient. There it is. Not enough room there for the 51 and the 11. I don't even know if he hit the wall, but.
So that's Will Dawson there in the 51 machine. Unfortunate break for him. Back up front. Matthew Barker up front. They call him Ace. He's holding the number 1 spot right now. Ahead of some of these other drivers. Did we bring him in, Angel?
We're going to go ahead and bring Mr. Ace in here. Matthew, this is Angel and Zach here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got us?
Yes, I do.
Zach, go on ahead here.
Well, you've done a really good job of keeping that 96 clean. You're on a different strategy than some of the leaders that you were racing around with earlier in this race. What's your outlook now as we approach lap 90 of this event?
I know I probably should get tires here pretty soon, so hoping a few more cars will go a lap down. That way I ain't got too many more to pass, and I'll have the freshest tires on the track. You know, it worked a while ago, get up to front like that, so maybe it'll work again.
Well, you seem to be duking it out here with a lot of fast trucks around you. Good luck. We see the lights are off on the pace car, so we're going to have to let you go.
I appreciate it.
These laps are just, man. He's like, you have to start the interview right as as the
know.
caution happens. Nonetheless, and he's right. He was talking about maybe having to make it down pit lane soon. Hadn't pit in about 30-something laps. It'll be 40-something laps, if not more. Pace car's down. He's going to get a great restart over second place. It'll be a battle for second. The 17 might be able to clear, but the 17's really enjoyed that outside, so he's going to stay up right up there, which will be good for the 78. As we look on behind, Johnny Hurst back there in 7th still, so hasn't quite made it back to the front, but he's picking him away one by one.
Yeah, just gotta be patient if you're some of these drivers who are up front earlier on in this race. You gotta take care of your equipment too. If your goal is to make it on one stop, that means you have to keep control of all of your equipment, and he gets side by side into the 55. They're able to live another day.
That is when netcode has blessed us, because that could have been big, and it says nope, nothing happened.
Yes,
Love it.
Yes.
Great reaction as well from everybody. Everybody just immediately trying to give each other room and give that opportunity. So he cleared him for 6th. Right now, though, he is 1.8 seconds now behind your leader, who's got, well, a fresh racetrack in front of him, and he can just keep pulling away and putting the laps down and still have the older tires doing so.
See, this is where if I am Matthew Barker as the caution comes out here, I kind of forget how to race the racetrack. I've been stuck in traffic the whole race.
Yes.
My markers have been the other truck around me. Now you get a clean track. You go, well, okay, well, now I'm running hot laps again. I haven't done this since practice.
And then that's when you send it in too hard. That happens to me. See, the 84 Chad Hawkins, he was, let's see, running up here probably around the 9th to 10th position when this incident occurred. We're going to see exactly what happened. He's on the low side. Oh, yeah. The 55 came a little lower. He drove it in a little deeper than the 55 was going to, and that's just different braking marks. That's a shame. You know, he did a great job of doing his best not to take anybody else out. In the process, it does destroy his truck.
Yeah, Hawkins with a really shallow, really aggressive entry point there, but looks like that truck was destroyed. This pit cycle doesn't catch us unaware, Angel. We were told by the man himself that there was going to be pit stops coming. So this group, who's on a different strategy than some of our early leaders, have now pitted, and now they can go to the end of this contest without having to pit again.
And so now my question for Johnny Hurst is, you've seen the difference on tires and how much of a struggle it was to come from the back when you were on such a different strategy. Let's say we get a nice, good 30 to, I don't even know. Where's your limit here where you want your fresh tires and compared to everybody else? I mean, there's so many things that matter. Who's got fresh tires around you? How many laps are left? I mean, that's what makes things difficult. That's what sucks about being the leader sometimes.
There are a few drivers here that pitted with the 58 machine not too long ago. And I believe they pitted on lap 69, around that lap 70 mark, that magic number. And I really don't think they're coming down again. I think that they have made up their minds that this is their strategy. And you got to stick with it now, because if you go back on it, you're absolutely right, Angel. You lose all the track position that you have. You might have fresh tires, but you might not have enough green flag run in order to make up all those track position spots that you lost.
Yeah, I mean, and the problem is, though, is that it's all time, and that's what we're talking about. It's all time. It's all about how these cautions fall. We've had 15, 20-something lap runs where, we get one of those and boom, the race is almost over right now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And if you're the driver of the 58, right, if you're Hurst, you're really feeling good about your truck anyway, because he's one of the few drivers that have been able to really slice it through the field and then also keep a lead. So going to be interesting to see how well he can maneuver. Don't forget about the 59 truck. He was able to sort of take it to Hurst earlier on in this race. He's going to start third on the inside lane as we are back under green here from North Wilkesboro. 2 bow ties leading them down.
Not even
they're wrecking here off the start, Angel.
Oh, no.
This is Dennis Damon Jr., I believe, is in it. Ty Hafford, I think, is in it. Yep. Back here. Mid packing it. I think this is another spin in the tires moment.
Let's see. I'll go a quick little fast forward here. We're going to go on to board of Andrew Safety Bob Freeling.
Ooh, they stack up.
Yeah, they stack up and...
Oh, it happens behind him.
Oh, and he might have missed a shift, too.
Oh, it's these drivers back here. It's the 70 machine, I think, that got hard into the outside fence. That White Castle machine of Jerome Cooper.
Yeah, that's on a stack up. Oh, that's unfortunate, too. That was a stack up at the start. And that is a product of having a lot of having. I mean, there's still all. I think all 22 trucks are still out there. Yeah, all 22 trucks are still out there. So.
Yeah, and I think that for these drivers, you have to manage the fact that, okay, I'm on fresh rubber and I can get going, but that doesn't mean the driver 3 rows in front of me is going to be able to launch the same way I can. And we just talked about how our leaders up here, they've only pitted one time, and they've been slicing up through the field. Their launch off these restarts is not going to be as aggressive as some of these drivers further on back in the field.
Let's see. Let's steal a random driver. Throw a dart out there. Let's see who we're going to bring in.
Are you asking me? I mean...
Yeah, throw a dart out there.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, I'll let you know who've interviewed them before. We'll steal somebody else. But throw a dart out there.
I feel like we've waited too long, though. I mean, we just talked about this.
Let's see. If the pace lights don't go off here.
Well, they haven't gone double file yet.
Hey, go. They
probably will this time. All right. You know what? Thomas Sly, you're up with Zach Woods. Yeah, I'll go up. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, how's it going?
Angel, I'll leave you to it. This is Thomas Sly up in the booth.
Thomas, we're going to steal you real quick here. You're restarting here in the second position. You're on older tires than some of the guys behind you over the next 50 laps. How do you manage your tires and your track position? And are you considering even coming back in for fresh tires?
We haven't decided yet. Just trying not to make any mistakes and try to get in the corner early so I don't slide. But other than that, just trying to chill and not crash.
I'd say that's a pretty good strategy to have. You guys are lined up side by side again, Thomas. We just want to get a chance to interview everybody. So good luck out there. Get a good restart there on that outside lane, and see if we can't talk to you here at the end of this one.
You're an SVT, right? SVT?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, I'm not going to make that mistake, Angel.
I
would feel awful.
Yeah, because I drop them and I go. If they're in the wrong spot, they're in the wrong spot. Pace cars down pit lane. Johnny Hurst with a great restart there on Thomas Sly. As they're going to look on to the battle for third between James Wagner and that number 59 truck of Dalton Steele.
Yeah,
here, clear him. Wow.
Yeah, Dalton Steele. I told you, pay attention. That 59 truck, he was the only one able to bring it to the 58 earlier on in the show. Now he gets second place.
He's got fresher tires as well. At least a good maybe 4 or 5 lap fresher tires. But one thing that, as you mentioned, and him beating him earlier, it was actually at the end of the green flag runs we saw him doing better. So that's even more interesting to watch for that 59. 58 is going to have to really work on his tire saving here over the last 45 laps.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the decision has been made, at least for the 58 machine. Don't go down pit road again and try to manage what you got. It looks like the field, I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like the field is spreading out a little bit. So definitely could see another longer run tonight.
We'll try this one, then we'll jump over to one of our trucks on newer tires and see how their truck is handling here in traffic.
He's gonna try to take a peek to the outside, and
come on, man, caution again. I can't catch a break.
I know it's your favorite camera, but it might also be the yellow flag camera. So I did see that the 7 machine was slow on the backstretch. We passed him. There he is. on the inside wall on the front stretch. So
We'll get this. We'll get the onboard for the 17. We got a couple of people who've asked for it. We'll get to their. I'm sorry. We'll try. I keep having the bad luck for it.
So this is Dennis Dameron, and he's already wrecked here. But we were on board with the leaders, and they already passed him. So this event didn't bring out the caution. The one on the front stretch did. So he's going to roll.
Here it is.
Okay, so here he is. I think this will be the event starting on the backstretch. So he's going to cross the start-finish line here. He's going to roll through turn 1 and turn 2. And then he's going to lose it here.
Yep. Oh, that's all it takes.
But this doesn't bring out the caution, Angel. They passed him. We were on board with the leaders when they passed him. He was down here.
It just might be that because it was stopped for a moment, Iracing through the caution.
Well, he wrecks again. He wrecks on the front stretch.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, I do apologize then, because it is. I see what you mean now. Let me go. Let me just sit and listen.
I know, this is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so he gets this thing rolling, and the only reason why I knew this is because we were on board with those guys when we passed him. And then this happens.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the caution.
Oh, there we go. All right.
So contact with the 96 machine. That's Ace, right?
Yeah, he's getting a little impatient. Less than 40 laps to go. He's got fresh tires, and he's already got a couple of people with the same set of tires in front of him, though. So they've already getting the advantage that he doesn't want them to have. So yeah, he's going to be aggressive. He's going to get people moved.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily his fault. If you're the 7 machine, you gotta know where you are on the racetrack. Know that you just wrecked, coming, not half a lap before then, and the leaders are going by you. So maybe pulling it down to the inside lane and letting folks go by is probably the right way to go about it. But we acknowledge that this league's a beginner league, and these drivers are all trying to figure it out right now. And North Wilkesboro, Angel, is not an easy racetrack. So this isn't hold it wide open and you're not holding it wide open and watching the world go around. All these drivers tonight have to drive these trucks.
There can't be many times that you're wide open at all. I mean, but as you mentioned that the drivers in this league, yes, and there's something that they're gonna learn, and they get to listen to the broadcast afterwards, and they'll see, all right, that's where the mistakes were made, and that's where we're gonna continue. They're all about making sure everybody's on board with the program. Green Flag Racing 58 gets a great restart. He says, I need as much room between me and that 59 as I possibly can. And 59 sends it into 1. He was almost at his outside.
Yes, and gets right back onto the back bumper of Hurst. This is Dalton Steele looking to make his way to the front. We have a battle for third right now between the 86 and 30. And don't look now, but 5th place is that blinking machine we talked about at the top of the show. He's still blinking, hasn't caused anybody really any issues. The 29 machine back here in 5th.
That 29 machine's got the freshest tires of anybody right now and running in that 5th position. So he's got that prime position. Matthew Ace is behind him, but he's not. That's the key. He's behind him. Right now, that 59, he is working so hard to try to get past the 58, but the 58 has just enough of a run that he can't quite get there.
Yeah, it's really hard to be able to turn that 59 machine under the 58 and try to get it run off the corner. Your only hope is that Hurst misses corner entry, and then you're able to sort of slide in underneath them. Right now, they're all behaving. Great launch off of turn 2 there to gap them. Back here, this is a battle for 4th.
29 looking to the outside of James Wagner. He's got, again, fresher tires by about 15 total laps. Don't know what could be the green flags, but that's still enough that he's got that outside really rolling well, and the 96 is just going to follow him through.
Yeah, absolutely. Great move there by the 29 to use a lane that they aren't, right? Sometimes at these short tracks, you just have to drive where they aren't and capitalize. And great clean pass there for 4th.
My question is that with the amount of the few amount of green flag laps that we had on on tires for Johnny Hurst and Dalton Steele, do you think that in trying to make their way through the field, these tires might equalize here by the end of this run, and it might work out really well for Johnny Hurst and Dalton Steele?
Maybe. I think the 59 has realized, hey, I can go up there, I can pass Hurst if I want to, but I got to have enough to defend runs from people behind me as well. So I think Dalton Steele might be just keeping something in his back pocket right now, just really content to cruise as they go on around the lap truck of the 26.
Yeah, 26 going to give them plenty of room where he can as the 58, 59 continue to stay side by side. The 29 now looking under, looking high. He's looking anywhere he can on the 86. He's getting ready to use the old chrome horn here at North Wilkesboro. That's how you do it. He's going to give him a little bit of a bump.
It's really hard in iRacing to do that in order to get a nice bump and run, but Jimmy Pyland has done a great job at doing that to get to the inside. That wasn't a dump and run. That's as good of a bump and run as you're going to see on the surface.
That is, if I'm the 86, I'm like, yes, please, you have it. You got it. You did everything you can. You moved it, and he moved him out of his preferred lane, not even out of the entire groove, just out of his preferred lane. And he went up there and did it clean. That was really good fun to watch right there. And guess what? He's got his eyes set on the lead.
Yeah, he's cruising right now in this 29 machine, making great time. And Angel, I want to encourage you, do it quickly. Get on board. Oh, no, I was going to say it, and now we're under yellow, so never mind. We're not getting to the cameras. So we are under yellow here again with 26 laps to go. We're not going on board anymore.
Jordan,
I'm not even in charge of cams, and I tried to make a decision, and the yellow comes out. So,
Jordan in chat, I'm sorry, we're not gonna do that. We put in our effort. Let's go see where this caution happened at. Oh man, I love the timing of things.
Oh, a lot of people going down pit road right now.
Okay, so let's see this. Yes.
Wow, the top 3 are going to stay out. So that 29 machine, that's Jimmy Pyland, who's done a great job at keeping that fast truck underneath him. Matthew Barker, who we've talked about before in this race in the 96 machine. And then looking back here at the time of caution, back here again with Dennis Dameron.
Dennis has not had himself a good night here at North Wilkesboro. Has definitely struggled with this track. Hasn't had these struggles the last couple of weeks. So it's definitely just, man, North Wilkesboro. And just Zach, we all had that one track that, man, you know, maybe it's your Pocono, maybe you don't like me for that.
How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? But yeah, for our viewers out there, I race in a league that Angel is in charge of, and there's the 07 getting to the outside fence. I race in a league that Angel's a part of, and Pocono's my Achilles heel, man. I cannot figure that place out for the life of me, and oh my goodness, we raced that a few weeks ago, and that was a chore. So
let's not forget that it was the first race of the playoffs.
Oh, I don't forget. I don't forget at all.
I just like to choose. I choose not to remind myself.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to watch that, we broadcast that on Sim Racing Media, along with a lot of other very compelling leagues that we're able to cover here throughout the week. We're all very busy here broadcasting a lot of great quality content for you. So if you haven't liked and subscribed to us, you need to, because there's a lot of great quality racing across a bunch of different disciplines for you to tune into.
Yeah, we're here most nights of the week. Some nights we've got 2-3 races going on at a time. I mean, there's so much action you get in to see here. The opportunity to see some drivers that race in multiple leagues that we have, and then you get a chance to see different drivers, which is nice because you always have someone different to root on, and you just never know what's going to happen in that next race.
And sometimes you get to root on your favorite broadcaster in a race or two. So
that is true, absolutely. Every once in a while we get that opportunity, but We're going to have 21 laps to go here, Zach.
Yeah, side by side is a bow tie and a blue oval. I think for the first time we've seen up front that 96 machine making his way. But look behind him as the 58 gets tagged.
Oh, no. Johnny Hurst, the man who's dominated this race. And you're right. It looks like whoever was able to get in there got in just too hot. And that's what's going to send him around.
I think that is the 17 machine on screen, 82 in our hearts. Is that how we're gonna?
Yep, and you're gonna see that 17 on the inside of the 58, the 82 across the top of the board. As we mentioned, that is Ty Trafford, who had not come down pit lane that time, so didn't get a great restart. The 58 gets a good one. He's gonna go down, and the 17. I guess just overall not too bad damage wise. I think everybody will be all right.
Yeah, I think everybody made it out okay. It's just it's pretty frustrating if you are if you are the 58 right there, because Donnie Hurst was had a lot of good strategy panning out for him there, and 19 to go, but these pace laps do tick off pretty quickly here.
Yeah, you're sitting there like, please stop ticking away. I need these laps to get back up there, as we do see. I think that's the 2 truck. Andrew Smith, your points leader. Definitely not the night he wanted. He is currently off of the lead lap right now in the 17th position. So right now, James Wagner, his biggest goal is you don't need to go win this race. Just get over there and try to earn as many points as you possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. And back up front, Jimmy Pyland, as you can see on the screen, blinking quite a bit. He's been blinking all night long, but he's been able to keep it clean. I've been very impressed. A lot of times when you have a driver like this who's experiencing connection issues, the field sort of gets fed up with it, and not a lot of space is given. But the 29's been really good at keeping his truck off of other people.
Yeah, he is. I mean, that's the best way to put it. And honestly, everybody has done a very good job of minding their P's and Q's around him. So you see as they go down here into turn number 3, I'm pretty sure we're 2 laps to green. We'll be 1 to green now, as you see these drivers are antsy to get back green flag racing. So we'll probably have what looks to be 15 to go when we go green flag racing.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see. Some of these drivers have been consistently up front, and then some of them are up inside the top 5, top 10 by virtue of strategy. So really anxious to see how they're going to be able to maneuver through the field. My money, actually, take a look. 3rd car in the inside lane, the 17 for real. We've talked a lot about him tonight. That's William Bogart. He's on the inside lane. We've been seeing him ripping the wall here. Can he get back up there? We'll have to see, as we are back under green. Going to get 15 to go here at North Wilkesboro.
There it is. The 86 is going to jump to the inside. He's still got tires on par with the 96, but the 29 has the fresher tires. 29, not a great run off of turn 2. This 96 is going to stay right side by side with them in the 3 and 4. And here comes Dalton Steele through the middle. He's looking to make it 3 wide for the lead.
Thought better of it for the lead, at least, and there he goes. He's going to get into the 29, up into the 96 of Matthew Barker. They're still wrecking here. The 86 gets turned around. A lot of drivers are going to be affected by this one, as it is a parking lot in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't. I don't know if he just didn't anticipate him slowing up as much as he did when he did. Let's jump back to see. Come on. All right. There's a lot was happening right there. See, the 59 is gonna have a nice run off of the turn. The 86 got a little bit. Let's see.
Yeah, and so this is where they almost went 3 wide and thought better of it, and then the aggression really comes out here.
Yeah, he was going to send it 3 wide. He was 100% prepared to send it 3 wide, and the 29 was just gave him just not enough room to be there. Yeah, and the 86 gets turned a little bit, just trying to back up for the 59 and the 58. Just a little bit of a chain reaction there. So that one's a tough one. That's a tough one right there. He'll be marked right now, though, in the second position currently with the freshest of tires. But hey, Johnny Hurst is back up to third.
Yeah. By virtue of a lot of misfortune with some of the drivers that were up front, now getting turned and having to go down pit roads. So, gonna be interesting now. You have a couple of these drivers that are around the 59 and 58 going, hey, I want a slice of this lead. I haven't been able to get it all day long. And probably the two strongest trucks in the field, you're looking at them right now in second and third.
Yep, second and third, and that's how it always comes around, huh? You know, these are the drivers battling it out, and here we are. We're going to have less than 10 laps to go, and they're going to be the ones battling. But hey, you still can't count out Matthew Ace because, hey, he's the one with the lead. Cautions keep coming out. He keeps getting good restarts. He could hold on to this. That's not a problem.
We've seen the inside line on restarts from the lead position be so useful, and really haven't been able to see drivers challenge off of the restart since we've seen the 58 and 59 do it. So now with Steele back here in second, are we going to be able to see another crossover move perhaps from the 59? We saw it earlier in the race. Kind of okey-doked the 58 and was able to get to his inside coming out of 2. Might be able to do it again here versus a totally new competitor up front.
And yeah, you're talking about these new competitors. You have people who you haven't been used to drive, to racing around, and that's what makes it being tough and being aggressive. Now, some drivers don't care if on that, but some of them do, and I think that's what we're going to see here. We're going to see that touch of aggression, that touch of who doesn't want to be involved, and those who say, man, I got to win right in front of me, and I want it now.
Yeah, absolutely, as the drivers are 2 by 2 again here at North Wilkesboro. The lights are off on the pace car, and it will be Dalton Steele and Matthew Barker leading the field back to green. Take a peek at some of the drivers back inside the top 10. Going to be super aggressive on this restart. Watch out for wheel spin. We see it a little bit out of the 96, and we are back underway.
59 staying strong there on the outside of the 96. He's going to have a good run off of turn 2. He'll clear him there for the lead. 8 to go.
What a move there from the 59 machine, able to get to the outside and make it work. I think the first time all night we've been able to see that.
Wow, and it'll be the benefit of the new tires, and it'll show the difference on 30-lap different tires, even if they weren't all green flag laps. So now the 96, he's going to be under attack from the 58. The 58 is going to have to move him now if he wants a chance, because we're coming down now to 6 laps to go.
86 sideways hard into the inside wall on the stretch. That was the competitor we talked about earlier in this event. We saw him in the back of the screen there, sideways to the start-finish line. There he is. That's Thomas Sly. We interviewed him earlier. Mishap off of 4 results into a hard impact to the inside fence.
I want to go ahead. Almost 3 wide here. Gets in. Almost got in with the 55. Gets it 3 wide. The 23 comes out. Wow. That worked really well still.
Yeah, they were duking it out back here. And just super aggressive right here. Trying to throttle up. Yeah, we talked about in the YouTube chat, didn't we? About how throttle management was going to be key here. You might be on fresh rubber and you might think you're Superman back there. But you still have to obey the laws of the road. If you put too much throttle in it off exit, you will get turned.
We're going to have a green-white checkered here start, or to do this. Are these drivers giving enough thought to that, Zach? Or are they just going to say, I'm going to go as fast as I possibly can? This is a green-white checkered. Dalton Steele, right as that caution came out, completed that lap and had put down the fastest lap of anybody out on track by almost a 10th. He is ready to go.
Yeah, and you better be, right? Because that 58 machine is lurking back there in third place. And this restart's going to really dictate if Dalton Steele's going to be able to get this win tonight, because he was able to muscle it through on the high side and venture on. I wonder if first place gets lane choice in this league, Angel, because all night long we've been seeing first place choose the inside lane on the restarts. I don't know if you want to do that if you're Dalton Steele. You made the outside work on the last restart.
Well, they do not get that choice. So the leader does have to choose the inside. And if the 96 had fresh tires like the 58, I would be concerned. But I think with the difference in tire, the 59, and having, being the restart truck, he should be all right.
Yeah. There's a lot of pressure, though. You got that. Probably the only truck that's been able to hang with you all night long, starting in third.
Right behind you, and all it takes is the old chrome horn.
Yep, absolutely. We've been seeing these drivers aren't afraid to use it. So, taking a look right now at timing and scoring, it says 2 laps to go up here. In terms of iRacing timing and scoring, it's not an official green-white checkered yet, so maybe that will change. Actually, Angel,
do we run out of time?
Under caution.
We might have run out of time in the session, everybody, and that might have ended the session, the race.
Yep. 19, 20, 18, 17. Yep. We are out of time, folks.
Well,
that will be it.
To be clear for the folks watching at home, so you guys get an understanding, the reasoning there is a time limit here for this first race is, while it's not broadcasted, this league does host a second race right after with the Cup cars. Everybody races in that one. It's in a separate standings, but they do have that session already coming up, which is why this one has to end when it did. So Dalton Steele going to be declared your winner for tonight's race. Matthew Barker Ace is going to hold on for second, and Johnny Hurst will hold on for third. So let's get him in here for a quick interview. Wow. I apologize. We didn't get to bring that in a little bit more of a happier fashion. I think this is. Let's see. Dalton, this is Angel and Zach here in the SRM broadcast booth. You got us, buddy?
Yeah, what's going on?
All right. Well, when you go back and look, we won't be able to give you the biggest shout out as a victory because we didn't realize that we were low there on time. But nonetheless, we can't say that the fastest truck didn't win the race. I mean, you took that lead and you put the fastest lap down right before that caution came out of anybody on track by almost a tenth. So I think we can say the fastest truck won the race.
I don't know about that, but I was just saving tires in the beginning, trying to keep up with Johnny and them. And finally, I was just able to get the tires in the right place and able to get out in front. And then there at the end, I took a hard push to catch back up to the leaders, and the 29 blinked in front of me a little bit, and I felt really bad about it. I did not mean to get into him. He just was there and he wasn't. So I felt really bad about that. But all in all, it was a good race, and I was just saving the entire time.
Well, okay, that would make more sense here on our end as to see, because, sometimes it can show and sometimes it doesn't show. But it definitely unfortunate when it comes to that. And I know it's not quite the way you want to do the you say you want to win, but we say it this way because, again, technically you were the fastest truck, and it's not like you didn't put on a show to go out there and grab that lead on the outside. How did you have did you know it was going to stick, or was it, let's just see if it does?
It was more ascendant and pray than anything. I knew I had the freshest tires, and it was coming down the last lap, so I knew we were fighting time, so I just figured I'd send it and see what happened.
I love that response. That's even better. Dalton, I'm sure you got some people here you'd like to thank before we let you go and celebrate this victory.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we may have lost Dalton there for a moment. All right, let's try this again. Dalton, you're cutting in and out, and I'm afraid we may not have gotten to hear you. Zach, is it here on my end?
No, sir. It's on both of our ends, but
Oh,
we managed
Dalton, I'm sorry.
everything but the shout outs, so we were able
Um,
to get it all in.
We'll bring you in to start the broadcast next week. We'll make sure that you get the opportunity to thank your sponsors and the people watching. You had fans watching, and we want to give that that fair opportunity to be able to thank them. We're gonna go ahead then and bring in our second place finisher, Matthew Ace. Matthew. All right, Matt, we got you in here now for the second place finish. Matt, you might be one of the only people who was very happy with this one ending the way it did.
I am. Strategy got off there. Yeah, a couple cautions there, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with the second place right here. If we'd have went back green, I don't think I would have finished second.
Yeah, you had a lot of hungry trucks around you with fresher tires.
Yes, sir.
What would have been the plan at that point? I mean, just lead us through what was going through your head, just of how do you manage trying to get around these hungry people with fresh tires?
Well, if you block, you're going to get the boot. So I would have just stayed in their way until they moved me, or found a way around. You know, I would have been on defense mode.
There you go. I love it. Green. If you want it, go around me, man. Good.
That's it. Yeah, if you're fast, you'll find a way around.
That's how you do it. Matthew, we'll give you a chance to quickly thank all your sponsors and your people here for watching, and then we'll let you go enjoy this podium finish.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody at Team Roughneck and our sponsor, James Wagner's Welding. They play a big role in what we do, so we're glad to have them aboard, and we're still glad to have Lift Bodies a few weeks ago. And just glad we finally made a podium to where we can call those sponsors and everybody out, and thank everybody for their hard work and the time that they put into it.
That's a great shout out right there. This should help you hopefully here in the point standings move up a little bit. Aside from that, we'll see if we'll talk to you next week there, Matt.
Yeah, much needed points tonight for sure.
Congratulations.
Hey, thank you, buddy.
All right, Zach, we're almost finished here. I'll let you take away our final driver, who probably doesn't want to be spoken to right now, but we'll bring in Johnny Hurst, our third place finisher.
Johnny, it's Zach. All right. Well, I'm doing pretty good. You're probably wishing that the session had a little bit more time, or you probably had a few more laps to get up towards the front. What's going through your mind there as the race is winding down?
Well, we come down. My intentions was just one pit stop race, but I kind of knew toward the end of the race I was going to have to pit because I could tell the guys behind me was, and they would have brought everybody down. So I kind of forced my hand to pit, and then I kind of got a little bump there going into one and kind of lost some track position. But I mean, if I just had a little bit more time, it would have been interesting between me and Dalton.
Well, you certainly put on a good show, you by yourself, but yeah, when you and Dalton really really put on a spectacle early on in this race. What about North Wilkesboro suits your driving style? And it seemed like you were very comfortable out there.
I've grew up on the short tracks. It's just kind of my thing. I like a hot, slick track. Just something about North Wilkesboro. I'm pretty good there. So.
Well, you certainly seem very comfortable out there. Johnny, do you have any thank you sponsors or shout outs you want to give for this third place finish?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out my boy Ray Henderson. I know he's tuned in this evening watching it, and I told him if I got a podium or a win, I'd shout him out. So I just want to say hey to Ray.
Well, there you go. Good stuff, Ray. I hope you're watching. So, Johnny, congratulations on that third place finish. No, it's probably not the finish you were gunning for, but still, podium finish gets you a cool interview with us, and you're able to shout out your buddy. So, go and enjoy it.
Yep, appreciate you guys.
Let's go ahead and get over our race results for tonight. We have got a chance to speak with our race winner there, Dalton Steele. Unfortunately, not able to get to his sponsors, so if you are sponsoring Dalton, it wasn't his fault. We're having some connection issues, I guess, getting him in here, so we'll get his opportunity to start next week. Matthew Ace finishing second, just finishing, speaking to Johnny Hurst there in third, definitely was hoping for that victory and had the dominant car tonight, but unfortunate with the timing and all. William Bogart, he fought left and right, and he still finished fourth, Zach. That is a strong effort for tonight. James Wagner going to make a big jump here when it comes to the points, as the points leader finished in 17th. So that's 12 positions right there gained for him. In 6th place, Matthew Gall. Didn't have an opportunity to talk much about him. Quiet all night long, so great to bring home a 6th place finish. 7th belongs to Ty Trafford. 8th to Chris Ramsey. Chad Hawkins is in 9th, and James Cooper is going to round out your top 10.
Trevor Bergman will finish 11th tonight with Wesley Schreiner, going to finish 12th in that 058 machine. The 29 of Jimmy Pyland, who we talked about earlier, towards the end of this race was blinking and met his unfortunate end, was a favorite there towards the end to win this race. He's going to finish 13th. Thomas Sly, another strong competitor tonight, is going to finish 14th. Jerome Cooper will finish 15th. Andrew Freeling is going to finish 16th. 17th will go to Andrew Smith. George Bolas is going to finish 18th. Tim Richardson, 19th. 20th will go to Dennis Dameron. And Johnny Vanderberg will finish 21st. And then 22nd on timing and scoring will go to Will Dawson.
What an exciting 150 laps that we had here for the James Wagner Welding 150. They are, of course, based right here out of North Wilkesboro, so we want to be, as is James Wagner himself, so we want to send out congratulations to them. Thank you once again for the support here for the Roughneck Racing Series on the Sim Racing Media Network. For myself, Angel Santiago, my broadcast partner here, Zach Woods, we want to once again thank you for coming out tonight. Be sure to check in. Zach, you'll be on here in just a few minutes, aren't you?
Yes, sir. I'm jumping over to SCL right now to give you some content with Frank Marchese. We're going to be at Richmond talking about some Gen 4 League action. So tune on over for that.
Yeah, be sure to tune on over. Gonna have some exciting racing, as they always do there for SCL. Next week, we'll visit the High Banks High Speed of Talladega for Roughneck Racing League. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. Have a great rest of your evening.